Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Stack and Perpetrator here. In this video we're going to look at my typeset. I've had a lot of requests to show what I got, so I have some time. I figured I'd go through it. I'm not going to pull the coins out of the individual slots, but I'll slide the slider back and give you the best view I can. I'll try to show you both sides best I can. I did do a little cheat sheet. I had to write down the dates. So I'll go through the dates in a row, and then I'll show you the coins, and then we'll move on to the next row, and so forth and so forth. I am using the most popular typeset album, which is the Dansco 7070. I do have the dust jacket for it. You generally have to buy these separate, and these are kind of pricey. Best place to look for one is on eBay. Hopefully you can get one of the cheaper ones. This has the 5th page for some more the modern coinage. I do not have the gold page. The gold page is another $60 or whatever, but I don't have the gold coins to put in it anyways. So we're not going to be looking at the gold page. But what I have, let me get these these slides started. A couple pages here. All right, let's do 2 at a time. All right, what I have on the first row is I have a 1804 half cent. I have a 1828 half cent, and I have a 1855 for the coronet. And then for the large cents, I have a 1805. I have a 1814 for the classic head. I got a 1818 for the coronet, and then the coronet with the braided hair, I have a 1849. So I'm going to slide the, I was going to take the slide out and try to show you best I can. These earlier coins here, even this 1814, these are extremely low grade. I was just lucky to have them, to be able to find them for the album. But like that classic head there, I think that was pulled out of the ground, probably metal detecting. My 1805 straight bust right there, that is highly worn, but the dates are visible on these, so straight bust is highly worn also. But I can only get the album so close to show you these. And the top 3 are the half cents, and you could tell by the size that they started shrinking the copper that was going into them, because the 49 to 57 coronets are smaller than the first 2, and then the same thing here with the large cents. When you got to the 1840, 1857, it's slightly smaller than the 3 predecessors. Let me put that slide back. Then we move on to the 3rd row here, which will be the small cents, or where the book starts with it. I have a 1857 Flying Eagle. Let's go ahead and get the slide out of the way. Got the 1859 Laurel Wreath. They only did that for 1 year, so I have the one that goes there. Yeah, kind of a close-up shot. For the copper nickel with the oak leaf, that is a 1818 Indian head. And then I showed in a video for my Indian head, just from 1864 to 1909, bronze with the oak wreath. I actually have the key coin to the set. That is the 1877. Even though it's in a raw form, it does have the die markers. I'll show you that when we look at the reverses. And then for the start of the Lincoln head, I have a really nice red-brown 1909 VDB. And then for the 1909 to 58 wheat cents, I actually have another red brown 1909 VDB that I just inverted to show the back. So, and I don't know if I can get the VDB to show up on the camera. We will try. But you can see it down there in the bottom. Yeah, it shows up real good. Yeah, my LCS has, they're like a never-ending supply for these 1909 VDBs. If I can get a 1909. So I figured I got two of them. I think they charged me like $3 a piece for these. Then on the bottom row here, I have an 1843D steel set. That is the original finish. I got this coin from the Coin Geek in Arizona. He's got a YouTube channel. This was one of the coins he featured in a video and then sent off to I think it was PCGS to have him graded. This came, I think he was wanting a minimum of 65 MS65 or MS66. This didn't meet the minimum grade that he wanted, so he listed them on his website loose. So I bought a couple sets of them, the PD and the S, to fill in my other album, and then have one for this album for this spot. But that is the original finish. That was out of an original roll. The Lincoln head, I got a 1960. I'm pretty sure Philadelphia, and I'm pretty sure that's the large date. Then I have a 1868 2-cent, which looks pretty good. For the chime here, the 3-cent silver piece, I have an what is this? What is this? This is 18. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1861. 3-cent silver right there. And then for the 3-cent, nickel, I have a 1865. So let me put the slide back in, and I'll show you the reverse of this page. Let's do it upside down so you. So there's your half cents. The reverses on some of my coins look better, way better than the obverse. And then here's the 1 cent. And there's the, remember I had this one inverted so the wheat stalks showed, but that's another 1909 VDB. And then which one is, okay. This one is my 1877, which is the key date for the Indian heads. And the key factor, the key markers, so you know, is the N and 1 is a light strike on the bottom edge, and the N and cent, the upper left hand area, is a weak strike. So that is your telltale markers. I pulled this out and showed it in another video. That's your telltale markers to know you have a legitimate coin. And then here's the other ones. I don't collect the Indian heads aggressively. Not a series I want to get into, especially because of this 1877 here being the key date. And there's that 3-cent nickel. There's the chime, or thrime as some people call it, or fish scale, 3-cent silver. There's the 2-cent piece. Then we're back to the 1960 memorial. And there's that 43D steel cent. So let's go to page 2. Let me get the slides pulled out on obverse side. The nice thing about doing the typeset, it allows you to get an example of, most of all, this is not a complete. There were earlier coins that are not included in this, and if they put that page in, you know, there's only a handful of people that would be able to get the earlier coins. There's some minted earlier than these. So let's move on to the half dimes. I did a video where I filled this spot. What are we on? We're on page 2. So this is a 1830 cap bust dime. I did a video filling that spot. And then I have a 1857 Liberty seated. Then the Liberty seated with arrows is the 1854, and let me close up. The arrows means at the date on the left and right side of the date. They put arrows in that signified a weight change. And then for the last coin on that row is a 1861 that has the legend. So I'll go ahead and show you the reverse on these right now. There's the cap bust. Then you have the first seated dime. And here's the one that has the arrows on the front. And then this one should be the legend. And I can't, these things are so small. I have to see, give me a second, I'll point that out. Oh, the legend. Well, if you look at this one with the arrows, it has the stars. And then this one has the stars. And then on this one, it doesn't have the stars. And they put, in lieu of the stars, they put United States of America around the top. So that's your legend difference there. Then we move on to the nickels. I have the shield nickel here. It's supposed to be 1866 through 67. Mine, I can't read the date. This is one I will be looking for an upgrade, but this is the only one I've been able to find locally. The reason I know this one goes here, it has to be one of those 2 years, is because this one has the rays lines drawn out from around it, where if you look at the next one, it has the stars, but it doesn't have the rays. And that one is, what we got here, page 2. That's a 1867. And then we move into the Liberty Head. That's the 1883 with no cents. And then I have a 1908. What is I'm lost here in my. You have a 1908, and then for the Buffalo nickel, I have the 1913 variety 1. Variety 1 has to, I'll flip this over so you can look at the reverses. That's the one, the date should be at the bottom there of this one, and it's just not legible. Here's the other one. Right, come on, camera. Don't mess with me like that. That's the one with no rays on the obverse. Right, this is the V-nickel with no cents. That's the one where the guy was plating these in gold and passing off as $5 gold pieces. And then they made the change. You can see there at the bottom, it has the word cents at the bottom, where the first one didn't. And then the 1913 Buffalo has to do with the mound and no mound. And there's, this is what the variety 1 looks like. And that might be a D. No, this is a 1913 S. That is an S. I don't know if I can get that to show, but that is an S. All right, so get back around to the front. The nice thing, and another nice thing about this, no two typeset collections will be the same, because this is your choice of coin. You can, you know, as long as you're in the whatever the year is and type of coin, that's, you just pick one out of the year range and put in. So a lot of these books, you can put your personality into them. You can do all low grades if you want. You can do high grades. You can, you know, you can mix it up. You can put coins, you know, dates that are special to you, or, you know, just, you can put variations in, which I've done a mix of both. But let's go down to the next line here. Page 2. All right. My Type 2 Buffalo is a 1936. My Jefferson nickel this is a 1961 proof. I don't know if I can get the colors to, maybe you can see the colors. This one has a lot of pastel colors. I cut out some 61 proof sets because the Franklins and the quarters were getting severe, I mean, just ugly looking toning, so I cut up the sets. And I got 3 of these really nice pastel toned nickels. I sent one of these to, I had 3 of them. I sent one to Tiny Numismatics. He did a video on getting it, so he has one of the 3 that I cut out. And then I sent the other one to Bionic Fishy Fish, what we know as Fish, and he did a video when he got his, and he put it into his binder of stuff that people send them. But it just has some beautiful toning on it, and the one I sent to Tiny and the one I sent to Fish have the same kind of toning. And then for the silver nickel, I got a 1943 Philly. And then we get into the dimes. So the cat bust dime, this is going to be the 4th. That's a 1829. It's 1829. And then we move into the Seated Liberty. This is a 1856. This is pretty cool. And then moving on with the dimes. The next row, the one with arrows again, that's got the, you can see the arrows on either side of the date. That's a 1853. And then when we go with the legend, again, that they went from the stars to United States of America. This one's got some really cool toning on it. That's 1857. I think that's, let me see, wait a minute. No, it's 1887, I'm sorry, 1887. Then for my Liberty Head or Barber Dime, I have a 1905, and this is, it looks low grade, but I did a video on this. I found in my, in a tube of Barber Dimes that I got when I was doing my Barber Dime album, I found that I had a variety, the Micro O. So I pulled it out, did a video, and swapping it and putting it in here. So this is a better date mint mark because it has that Micro O. I'll show you that on the back when we look at the reverse. Then I have, getting lost on my page here, 1943 Merc Dime. Where's that? Let me look at that. Yeah, 1943. It's just a BU condition that I got, so I put it in the book. Then for the Roosevelt, I got a 1960. Nothing special on it. And then for the 65 to date clad, because I had an extra one, I put a 1996 West Point. You can see the West Point mint mark right there. went ahead and I had an extra one, so I figured that would be a good choice for that spot. Let me put this slide back. I'm almost done. I need one more coin to finish this set out, and then I can slowly work on some upgrades. That's another thing nice about it too. You can, if you do get, like I got this on, the date's not readable, but it fits the spot because they only did it 2 years with the raise. But I'll be looking for an upgrade here to get one that actually has a date on it. Then we go to the 20-cent piece. This coin is a little pricey. You're going to pay over $100 no matter the condition for a 20-cent piece, unless you get lucky and find one on a deal. But this is a 1875, and it's a S. And I did a video on this cap bust because I had a cap bust quarter in here that was kind of rough looking, and I found this nice one which I got pretty cheap, but it has somebody scratched an initial into it. But this has, I took my other one out because this one had such nice detail even with the graffiti on it. But I went ahead and put it in anyways, just because it has really nice detail on the coin. I mean, that's just a really nice looking cap bust. That would be an expensive coin if it didn't have the graffiti on it. Then when we get into the Liberty quarters, let's see, the cap bust dime is at 1837. Then for the Liberty, that's 1858. Or seated Liberty. The one with arrows is 1853. And then for my last one here with the motto, I have the 1876 CC, the Carson City. So let me show you the back of these. Here's the 20-cent piece. It should be, that's an S. And then there's my cap bust. If it didn't have that graffiti, that would be a slightly expensive coin. And this one has the arrows on the other side, and it has the rays on the back. You can see the lines between the eagle and the lettering. And then there's the, I don't need to bring the loop out. The CC on this shows up really good. Come on here, focus. Oh, come on. You can see the CC real good down there. All right, let's get back to go to the next row. Barber dime, let's see, barber quarter. We're on page 3. I got a 1904. Just put this one in because it probably one of the better condition ones that I have. And I did videos on my standing liberties here. This one's the 1917 Type 1. It's in really good condition. I should actually have that one graded, and the next lot is the 1917 Type 2. I should actually have both of these graded because I truly believe that my Type 1 here would qualify as a full head. And then for the 32 to 64, what do I have there? I have a 1961. And then for the Washington 65 to date clad, I chose to put in the Bicentennial 40%. This is the San Francisco 40% silver business strike. It's one that came in a cellophane pack in an envelope, where you got the Bicentennial 40% silver quarter, you got the Kennedy half dollar, and you got the 40% Ike Bicentennial dollar. So that's why I chose chose that. I figured, you know, I'm filling the spot. I'm going to put silver in it. So let's look at the back of these. This is the 1904 Barber. It's got all the writing on the ribbon. Then, now the way you tell the difference between the type 1 and type 2 is you look the bottom of the eagle and the lettering. The type 1 does not have any stars. The type 2 has the 3 star. They raised the eagle up and put 3 stars between the eagle and the where it says $quarter. So for those of you new to things, that's how you tell the difference. And then there's the reverse of the 61 quarter and the 40% bicentennial. This video is going to run long with me going through all these, but if you like coins, you'll stick around. All right, for the cap, for the $half, we got the cap bust with the lettered edge. I got an 1833. This looks pretty good. This is actually my favorite coin design. And then I have the reeded edge version, which mine is a 1838. She is in rough condition, but this is the only one that I've found locally. So, and that's a hard, this is one of the hard ones to run across. You can run across all the dates, or most of the dates, to fill this spot, but trying to track this one down with the reeded edge, that's a hard coin to run across. And then for my Seated Liberty with no motto, this is one I did a video on. This is the 1863. I got this out of a junk bin. I was going through the junk bin. Oh, seated $half, I'm taking it. I didn't hesitate. I was like, seated $half, I'm taking it for 20 times face. So, you know, $10 for the coin. And I get home, and then I realized why it was in the junk bin, because the date is damaged. And I did a special video on this coin because I researched it out. And Bill Burgett and somebody that works with him, I can't remember his name, they studied the $half and they wrote a book kind of like for the Morgan Vams, only they did one for the $half. And I got a hold of the PDF file where they were talking about the S mint mark, because I was using simple coin markers on the coin to narrow down the date. And the S, this is San Francisco. So I brought up the PDF file they have, which is the way you get their book is in PDF file. And I went through and with some diagnostics and about 2.5 hours with my scope and everything, I narrowed down that this was going to be, that this is definitely the 1863 small broken S. So let's look at the back of the reverse of these. There's my reeded edge. Looks better on the reverse than it does the obverse. And then I did a video on this. You'll have to go back and look at my video where I showed how I use coin diagnostics to narrow this down. If it hadn't been for the work that they did documenting these coins and writing their little book, I would have had a hard time figuring this out. So, you know, you can do your research and figure, you know, sometimes you can do research and figure out coins. And they have an interesting read too. All the different hoards that they looked at, where they got to look at a bunch of these coins when hoards were discovered. All right, for the last row, we got an 1853 with arrows, Seated Liberty. And then the Seated Liberty, that's an 1876, and this is a Carson City. And then for the barber section, I got a 1912, and that is a Denver. I think it's a better date coin, I'm not sure. But you look at the reverses here. That's the one with the rays. Then this one is no raise, but it has the ribbon. And if you look close right there, you can see the double C's. They are going to be right just above my glove point right there, or the tip of my glove right there. Going to be the CC. So happy to have that one. And then we move on to, change my notes here. My Walking Liberty half is a BU 1941D. Then for my Franklin, I have a 55, and this is the Bugs Bunny variety. I did a video putting this coin in here. This was the first Bugs Bunny variety that I had gotten. I don't know if I get the book close enough to show it. But if you look in his mouth, you can see it looks like he has fangs, but they call it the Bugs Bunny. Then I have a really nice rainbow toned 64 Kennedy, 90% silver. I know the camera doesn't do these justice sometimes. That's a BU. But just gorgeous toning on the obverse here. And then, just like the Bicentennial Quarter, this is the 40% Kennedy silver. I figured if I'm going to do a clad, I'll do the 40% silver. So I went with the Bicentennial because I had it. And then we get into, I'll show you the reverse after I show you the commemoratives. I've got the Pilgrim $50 here. Then I have the Texas. Then I have the Oregon Trail. This is does have the S mint mark, San Francisco. And then I have the Columbia, South Carolina. This is, I used to have 6. I have the 3 PD&S and the Rattler. 2 of them have the CAC sticker on them, and then this is my 4th. I did have 6, but I sent 2 up to Daniel at Coin Help You. He bought them and resold them. But this is my 4th one. So I figured and this is the only one I've had raw in the book. I was happy when I found this Oregon Trail. That was one I really wanted. And then here's 1859 O for the Liberty seated no motto silver dollar. The one I need is the Liberty seated with no motto. That's the last coin I need to finish the set. And then for my trade dollar, I have a 1877 S. And then for my Morgan slot, that is a 1882. That is a BU. And it is a Carson City. And then for my peace dollar, and I've showed this before in another video, my peace dollar is a 1921. It's a chocolate brown toning. It's really good condition. But that chocolate brown toning is just, I think it's pretty cool. I figure if I'm doing peace dollar, I put something good in there, so that's why I put the 21. I think we have, between me and my girlfriend, I have this one. I have 2 peace dollar collections, so that's 3. She has, so we have 4. 1, 2. Yeah, we have 4 1921 peace dollars. And then for the Eisenhower, that's just a 1974 Denver. It's a pretty good shape. I'll show you the reverses on this. It's a really nice Denver. Really nice Walking Liberty. There's the Benji. There's the back side of that rainbow toned Kennedy. There's the Bicentennial. There's the back of the South Carolina. There's the reverse of the Oregon Trail. There's the Texas. And then there's the ship for the Pilgrim. And there's the trade dollar, San Francisco. I need that one. Right, there's the New Orleans for the seated Liberty dollar. Here's the 74D Ike. There's the reverse. It's got that chocolate toning on the reverse too for that 21 piece dollar. And then just to show you, you can see the CCs down there on the back of this Morgan. It's the 1882 CC. This is a nice BU coin. And then the last page, pretty simple. The bicentennial set. I went with this is another 40% business strike. This is the 40% San Francisco Proof version. So it's 40% silver. And then the Ike dollar, you know, they just wanted 1976. This is the 40% San Francisco, 40% silver proof. So I figured if I'm going to fill them in for bicentennials, I'd put silver. A couple of coins I'm going to change out, put two of these from my mom's collection in here, but I got a 1879 Susan B. I got the 2000, is it the 2000? No, 2002 S proof for the Sacagawea. I'm going to change these two out pretty soon. So I have some coins from my mom, so I'm going to put the coins from her collection in there. And then I chose the Pennsylvania silver proof for the 50 state commemoratives. And then for the commemorative dollar, I chose the Constitution. What better coin to put in your commemorative than the Constitution? We the people. And then for the American Silver Eagle, I put a 1921 Type 1, the last year. So I put that in. There's the reverse of the, and this is the silver commemorative. There's the Susan B. There's the back of the Sacagawea. There's the technically the reverse for the Pennsylvania San Francisco silver, 90% silver quarter. And then here's the bicentennial set. This was a business strike that came in the cellophane 3-coin set. It was in the cellophane, and then the proofs came in the plastic holder, but these are all silver. So anyways, that is a tour and a look at my United States Dansco 7070 type set. Let me know your thoughts down below. What was your favorite coin? All of them are my favorites. I do need to do a few upgrades, but that's the beautiful thing about the type set. You get to work on it, fill the spots, and then you can do upgrades at your leisure. You can, you know, just work on it over time. You can add some personality to it. You know, I explained the reason why I have certain coins in. That's just, you know, it's your choice. That's the beauty of this. You don't have to be chasing down all the date and mint marks. You get a sample of all the different coinage we've had over the years and in our past, and it just lets you have an example of each one. So it's a pretty cool set. That's why it's a popular set to do. Probably probably more of these 7070s being put together than any other coin collection. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below. I'll see you in another video.